Guys, and welcome back. So today I filmed for you my top 10 products of 2020. So looking back on the year, I've shown you some of my best products that I absolutely love, from makeup to skincare to hair care to tans, and I just wanted to give you an overview of the best products I found on the market last year. Okay, so starting with hair care products, I have got my favourite ever shampoo and conditioner. So it looks like this is the shampoo, and then same with the conditioner. So these are mighty massive bottles, and this is by Gradual. So my mum was using this, and then I just kept borrowing it, and then she realised that I kept seeing her shampoo and conditioner, so for Christmas she bought me the big bottles, and it's just absolutely amazing. So last year my hair was blonde about October, and I took my big long extension out, and I don't know, I had the sewn in method, and I think my hair just kept getting matted, and I probably just didn't look after it. But where it got so matted, it took 3 hours to cut out, and there wasn't much hair left. I could literally just Kirby grip, you know, the slides you get, my hair up. So since then I've just been trying to work on conditioner, and I did slip up and put an extension in, but how do you know, it lasted a week and I cut it out. So I'm back to just trying to grow it. That's why I've gone dark. It's so much easier during lockdowns as well, which we seem to be having quite a few of. And this, honestly, you try it and come back to me and say you hate it, well, we'll just see, because it is literally that amazing. And you get a massive bottle. I think my mum paid, she got it me for Christmas, so about £35 I think for 2 bottles. And my hair just literally feels so soft. I'll try and use anything else, like when I couldn't get hold of hers, and my hair just felt horrible. But this is amazing. All their products are amazing, and I have got it out actually. So what I'll do is shampoo and conditioner my hair. I've also got their masks as well, and then this is the spray, so you just shake it up, and then I'll show you. So you just literally spray it in your hair, and then I'll pop some oil in. And honestly, even though my hair isn't super long at the minute, if you knew what it used to look like, it's really, really good stuff. So they're my best products for hair. So another one of my favourite hair products is actually the cheapest. So it's this Ganky stuff. So this is actually rice water. So it's some sort of like ancient old, I think, Indian tradition that people soak. So uncooked rice, soak it in some water, and then I left mine about 4 hours, and then I went to Home Bargains and got one of these little spray bottles for like 50p, and then I filled it up and then just literally spritzed all over my hair, left it in overnight. It is a bit stinky, and then when I wash my hair out, it's literally so soft. It's meant to have amino acids to strengthen the hair, vitamin B and E, I think. So basically it's got loads of nutrients to help your hair grow and to be really silky. And you know what? It's a bloody fantastic tip, and it was actually one of my clients again that told me about this. So I would definitely recommend doing this. And even during lockdown, I don't know, if you're strapped for cash and you don't want to invest in the Gradual, then definitely give this a go. So on to tans next, and my favourite product tanning wise is the Sienna X Gradual Tan. So during the winter months I find I use a different tan to the summer. In the summer I'm all for really dark, really bronze looks, but in the winter when you've got a really dark tan on, I don't know, I'm just not feeling that. I think it's too much. So I prefer just a nice natural glow, which is what I've got on the moment, and usually I'm really pasty, so you can see it just gives it a nice sort of glow. And this was just one day, so if you do want a darker colour, I could probably got a bit darker actually if I was going out, if there was anywhere to go. I could do 2 days of this, and I find in the winter when my skin's so dry, when I use other tans like Bondi Sands, even though I absolutely love them, I find they just dry out my skin too much. And like today, when I put it on yesterday, so when I woke up yesterday my skin was really dry. I don't know why, I think it's all the heating and things and the cold weather, and I just didn't want to put something that's just going to dry it out, makes it really sort of like itchy. So I use the Gradual and no problems whatsoever. Coming on to my next product, it's again back on tanning, but to be honest with tanning, it's so like individual preference. So like I said, winter I prefer that sort of colour, whereas if I was going on a night out one day, then I would go for this Bondi Sands liquid gold dry oil. So I got recommended this by one of my clients last month, and then I've tried it out straight away because she said it was flying off the shelves because someone done like a TikTok video, and oh my god, she was right, it's really good. She said that all the Superdrug girls use it, so I went in there to get it, and it is really, really good. It's a lot of dark colour, and the idea is that you put it straight on and you can go straight out, but I always feel really icky if I do that. So I put it on the night before, and then the next day it just grips really well without drying out your skin too much. And you know what, it actually faded really well, because my problem with tans is when they just fade horrible and you just get all them horrible orange patches. But this actually fades really well, and you know what, she said the colour lasts her ages, and it bloody did. It lasts me like about 10 days without fading. So this is my absolute go-to tan for summer, for going out and anything like that. And then actually staying on the same note with tans, I use a different one for my face. So this one is Tan Luxe The Face, which is actually one of my favourite products for tanning on the face, because the thing is, tanning and putting it on the face, just for me, just don't work. You either get like a cut off there, it goes too orange, it bloody sticks to every spot and sits and makes it you look so much older, and then you can't match foundation towards it. But the Tan Luxe The Face Illuminum Drops are the one to go for. And they're actually quite dark. Like sometimes with the face products they don't go dark enough for me compared to the body, but this one goes really, really dark, so be careful and don't apply it with your fingers, because you think it's not that dark by the colour, but honestly when it develops it's so bloody dark, and then you're left with orange hands. So what I do, because I want to apply it like cleanly, you can use a mitt, but I'm trying to help my skin, so I use a cotton pad, and then I'll just give it a little wipe over. Just make sure you get right under here, because you'll get a line, and then try and get around your eye socket as well, because sometimes when I miss it out it just doesn't look right. So coming on to a different product actually. It's not a makeup product, but I'm well chuffed I found it, and it's actually really good, because sometimes when you invest a lot of money in products you want so much from them and they just don't give back. But these eyelash curlers are literally unbelievable. Like I've got side lashes on today, but my main lashes are all under there. They literally only hear the side lashes, but literally it's like a lash lift but instant. Absolutely brilliant. I think they're amazing, and they were a bit pricey. I found them when I was looking for an eyelash curler. It was for my mum for Christmas, off one of them, you know, the Telegraph posts you find on Google, like the rating products and stuff, and these were on there along with all the MAC ones, and I think the Tweezerman ones, which I did consider getting because they're a lot more affordable. But these ones were the highest price ones, so these are the Surat eyelash curlers, and I think they were about coming up to 30 quid, which seems a lot just for a little mechanism like that, but honestly couldn't believe it when I used them. I went to show my mum, I was like, wow, look at these, they're literally like completely curled back as if I'd have had lash lift. And you know what, I didn't even use it like hard at first, because I was worried, I just have this fear that one day I'm gonna curl my lashes and it's gonna like clean snip it off. But these are amazing, so I'll definitely invest in them, and then just get a good mascara, especially with lockdown when you can't get your lashes done. It's a good idea to invest in something like this. And once you have your lashes done, you always find they're a little bit straight afterwards. This is what you need, that and a good mascara, and then you'll be sorted. So definitely invest in these. I know the price point is very expensive, but trust me, they do prevail. So moving on to mascaras, I'm really fussy with mascara. I don't like too clumpy of a wand, I don't like too thin, but I like to just build up the coverage, and I want my lashes to be really separated. Some of them just clog my lashes together or don't build up enough product on them. And I've tried loads of expensive ones. I've tried the Lancome, I've tried Too Faced, I've tried MAC, I've tried them all. But do you know what, I really actually like the Too Faced better than Sex one, and I did use that for most of the year. It looks quite comfy as a wand, but it builds up so much product, and it does separate them out, and it makes your lashes look so long. So if you want to go for high end, definitely go for that. But I've been working with the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I think it was Kate Hayes that recommended me this again, but it reminds me of a dupe of the Maybelline Their Real mascara, and it's obviously just half the price, so definitely go for this. I'll show you the applicator. So that is the applicator, so it's still nice and chunky, but it's got little prongs on it that help separate your lashes down. So I'd definitely use that, really elongates them, and you can really build up that product on it without them looking too clumpy. So the best primer that I've found in the business, and I've used actually I think for a couple of years now, is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. This is in the shade medium, which is a number 4. To be honest, I get on well with all Charlotte Tilbury products, and everyone knows how much I love the Magic Foundation because it kind of just plumps the skin and makes it really dewy. I find all her products are so good for just giving you that glowing sort of dewy complexion. So the Flawless Filter, do you know, in the summer I tend to, especially when my skin's good, use it just on its own because it's got a bit of colour to it and it kind of makes you look like you've had a facial. You know, you get that dewiness. And then I'll always use it underneath my foundation. When my skin's a little bit problematic at the minute, I used to use it all over. I only usually use it on the cheeks. Or what you can do actually is mix it in with your foundation. So apply tons of this all over and dot it all over, and then put your foundation all over, and it kind of like blends together and gives you really just sort of dewy coverage. Especially if you don't want too much of a coverage, then mix this in because it's a lot lighter than foundations. I'll try and show you. So you can see it just gives you, can you see the sort of sheen? There you go, So it makes you look as if you just had a facial really dewy, sort of glowy, and who doesn't want it? So moving on to foundations. So we all know I love my Charlotte Tilbury foundation. She smashed that range, to be honest. Any products you get from there are really good. The only thing I would say is the price is a little bit high on them. But if you're going to go for a foundation, definitely try the Magic Foundation. If you like sort of a glowy, dewy look, then definitely go for that. I think it's priced at about £35, and my shade with a tan is a 6. But it's the most perfect foundation because she classes it as a treatment foundation, which when I think of treatment foundation, I think of just like mineral, not going to last, just come straight off, but good for the skin. But this is actually good for the skin and it lasts all day without moving. I use it on all my wedding clients in the salon and everyone raves about it, and 99% of the time everyone goes and buys it afterwards. So I'm a shade 6, and that is in the Invisiwear foundation. I have got on today the airbrush foundation, which is a lot heavier, but I've mixed it in with some of the Magic foundation in a shade 4. So that is one of my favourite products to ever use. But I'm going to tell you about something different today because most people have heard about the Magic foundation, and the same with the NARS foundation. So this is one people haven't heard of, which is, I think it's EXI or XC Invisiwear, and this is in the shade 4. I don't know how I come across this. I don't know if I saw it somewhere or it was on top rated products on Beauty Bear, I think. But it's not expensive. I'm sure it's under £15 and it's in the shade 4. So go and have a little look at it. But you can see I've completely used it all up. And do you know what? It's actually good because sometimes you lose so much of the product, whereas this one kind of moves up, so you get every single last bit of the product out. And I don't know why I like it. It's like the perfect sort of foundation for me. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. It's good for every day, but it's also good to wear in the evenings. It doesn't move and it covers up all pigments, blemishes, like the whole lot. It's just absolutely brilliant. And it feels breathable. That is why I like it, and I can't see like all my pores and things like that. So it's more like a correction foundation, but it's the perfect colour. It's not too yellowy, it's not too pinky, it's not too chalky. They've just got the perfect blend and the perfect formula in there at such a cheap price. So if you can order online, especially with it being locked down, it must be so much easier. I'd go on and order this. So shade 4, but that's me with a tan. So with concealers, you need to get the right balance. So I find, like when I was doing wedding clients, I wanted to cover their dark circles, but I didn't want to put too much product on because you just end up having to dry brush it out because there'd be so many lines. So finally, this long later, I've found the Tarte concealer, which is literally like a band-aid for the skin. It covers all dark circles. Yeah, it's kind of thick in coverage, but once you sponge it in and work it into the skin, it is literally brilliant and covers everything up. And if you didn't want to go on the high end of the market and buy this, then I haven't got it on me, but it is the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer, which is absolutely bloody amazing. It's kind of the same applicator, quite a thick bottle, and I can't remember what shade I got it in. I usually go about the second from the lightest because I like to like highlight under the eyes rather than buy one the same as my foundation shade. But that is honestly fantastic, and I think Kate Hayes recommended me that, and she never gets it wrong on products. So I'd definitely go out and get that from Superdrug if you want just a middle of the range product, or if you do want to go all out, then definitely go for the Tarte, because every makeup artist out there is using it, and honestly that just says it all really. So coming to my final roundup of 2020, and it's got to be the OMG Illamasqua highlight. Now this deserves an award. It is literally the best highlighter out there, and I always recommend it to everyone. It's got such a smooth, like finely milled, like buttery texture, and when you put it on, it just seems to layer really well, and it doesn't stick out from the foundation. You know, like I used to use MAC Soft and Gentle, and I used to find it was a bit too glittery and just stuck off the skin. This, where it's so fine and buttery, it just kind of blends into your foundation and works really well. And I love a bit of highlighter. I like building it up. So even though you build it up tons and tons, it doesn't go glittery and it doesn't stick off the skin, and it just blends and melts like butter into your skin. And it's the most perfect sort of highlighting colour. It's not too shimmery. I don't know, it's not too white that it stands out. It's like a sort of like a goldeny sort of like opal colour. Yeah, so definitely invest in one of those. This is my third one, and I'll keep purchasing it until I find a new one, which I'm sure you'll all hear about. Coming on to my final product, it's actually something that I didn't use for the whole of 2020. I started using it, I think, in December. Oh my god, I'm completely sold. It is absolutely unbelievable. And again, it's one of Charlotte Tilbury's products. It is their bronzer in the shade. It's the airbrush bronzer in the shade 2, which is again a medium, which, you know what, can work with when I'm tanned or when I'm not tanned, to be honest, because its texture is so buttery, like the highlighter. It just blends into the skin so well. Rather than some bronzers, they're too orangey, or they're too light, or they stick off the skin too much. You can see this just blends in completely. It just gives you that really nice goldeny sort of glow without being too much. But you know what, you can build upon it. Like if I want it a bit darker, I just keep working it, and it's a really buildable product. That's it for my 2020 product roundup. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed filming it, and I hope you love some of the products. If you go out and buy any, do let me know, because I'd love to hear what you think of them. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.